now. I know. So
In case you need the extra
yeah.
motivation. We ready?
We're ready.
Ron, tell me, let's start from the beginning. Tell me how you decided, when you decided what you're going to do, what your 359 is.
I decided at the end of last year, around Christmas time, when I had seen a Nutrisystem commercial, and it's guys, is this you? And it shows a guy can't button his pants, and that was me. And I was wearing the jeans I had bought just a few months before because I couldn't get into my other jeans. And I realized that I'm sick and tired of having to do this. I also wanted to lose weight because I'd seen one of those pre-diabetes commercials, and while I didn't score like I had diabetes, I was right there. And I realized that at my age and where I'm at in my life, I need to turn my act around and I need to get better. I did not want to have the health problems that are associated with people over 300 pounds. And I was tired of being the fattest guy in the room, and I wanted to look better and feel better.
Nice.
So
Now, has weight always been an issue for you?
not until the kids came along. When the kids came along, it started to be more of an issue. But when I was in college, I was 5'11", 165 pounds. So, and at the end of last year, I was still right at the 6 foot mark and considerably more. I actually lost a few pounds before I had the courage to get on a scale. And when I did get on a scale, it was 312, and that was on New Year's Day.
Wow.
And I said, so I know I was heavier, and I just said, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep eating all the time.
What's the end goal?
The end goal, ultimately, the end goal is to get back down to about 200. But my goal for 2018 is to lose 50 pounds, which would be 262.
Okay. So on December 31st, that's the target.
Actually, I think that's the wrong goal, isn't it? 50 pounds would be 272, wouldn't it? No, 262. I'm sorry, I don't know if I messed this all up or not. Yeah, 262 would be 50 pounds. And I'm the guy who's really good at math. So, yeah.
What's been the hardest thing so far?
Well, the hardest thing was plateauing at 272. I hit 272, made 40-pound goal, and then it seemed like no matter what I did, I couldn't go any further. I increased exercising, I increased walking, I even tried to cut back on calories a little bit, and I just kind of plateaued and stopped. And I got a little stagnant, I got a little frustrated. I'm within 5 pounds of that still, but I just realized that, I need to take a break for a couple of weeks. My eating habits have changed. I'm not eating as much. My meal size, my portion sizes are smaller. My caloric intake is still closer to where I need to have it. But I'm going to get refocused. I want to get back down. I got to meet this goal.
Cool. It's a good place to start. Stop.
Great.
Cool. So where are you right now?
I'm at 277 this morning.
77. You're trying to get to 262.
Mm-hmm.
So you get now. So
Got 15 more pounds.
You got to fight through whatever that next level is.
Yeah.
Good.
Felt weird. Did it feel awkward? No. I don't know. I couldn't remember what the questions were before, really, so I felt like I was kind of like stammering for an answer, so I'm sorry if I...
Did we get anything of we got touched on it a little bit of like a why, I guess, like a little bit more of the motivation to jump in and pursue that.
What was the motivation? Was there, other than the commercials, is there something deeper?
Yeah, there is. I'm tired of being the fattest guy in the room everywhere I go. I'm tired of every time I go somewhere and I eat something, I feel like a cow grazing in a field, I feel like I'm strapping a feed bag on. And I just was sick and tired of it. I felt horrible all the time. I got to a point where I sleep on my side at night. I'm a side sleeper. My hip would start to hurt. and I was kind of getting concerned about that. I would wake up 2-3 times a night in the middle of the night, to get up and go hit the restroom. And I just thought, okay, well, this is part of getting old. But since I started losing weight, all that has gone away. Oh, and my knees. My knees were killing me. To get down or sit down and stand up, I couldn't hear them, but I could feel them. And all that's gone away. And I feel much better. But my motivation was the fact that I just felt horrible all the time. I guess I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
And you feel better?
I feel wonderful.
Awesome.
Even as I've plateaued and I still got a little frustrated, I still feel 100 times better than I did 6 months ago.
Cool.
So far, what about any sort of, there's always those thoughts in the back of your mind, those give up thoughts, I guess. Have you had any of those, and what have those been, and what do you tell yourself to get yourself away from that thought?
I have had give up thoughts, and the previous couple of years I would struggle. I would always say I'm going to lose weight, right? But I never really would define it, and I would just say, oh, I'm gonna lose this belly. But I never had a goal, and I never had a plan, never had anything defined. I just wanted to lose the belly, and so consequently, I never would. And in fact, it just kept getting bigger. And my pants kept shrinking, It seemed like all my clothes were shrinking. But having friends, having the men's group, having set a goal and setting it out there and asking people to ask me about it, asking people to hold me accountable has really made all the difference.
Nice.
So, this year too, there's been a lot of guys, right? Even in my accountability group and other groups, they're actively working on losing weight. These are guys that don't need to lose weight, and they're working on it too, And so I see these guys and I see what they're doing, and I got people asking me about it, and that's what's keeping me going. This year, having a clearly defined goal with a plan on how to get there, with the help of friends, has made all the difference.
Nice.
So,
Using the SMART goal format.
yes.
Being specific.
Yep.
Cool.
Specific and measurable. Yep.
Great. Well, let's save some for next month. Okay.
So that I would feel comfortable and not feel like it was skin tight and pulling. And it actually got to the point where this shirt actually was starting to get a little snug.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
And now it just,
So we'll keep it on throughout.
Now it
see
hangs.
just how bad.
I tell you what my thing is we do 2 or 3. That way, if we do the September, October, November, December, that way we don't have 60 minutes of conversation, but we have.
Yeah, I think there should be a similar question, just where are you at now? Ask first.
Yep.
And then, what have you noticed change each time? Or
So do we want to have it where? So either we could have on the screen September 2018 current weight,
yeah.
or have him say it. I think you better have it on the screen than to
Yeah.
check in and say where are you now.
Yeah, we'll have that, but I think it'll be good to have him saying that just in case. You never know.
And just grab it on tape.
Yeah, I'd rather go ahead and back it just in case. I definitely want to do the on-screen graphic for sure.
Yeah.
But we might want to do both.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking from the viewer's point of view, it's just an interview, but Ron just starts getting.
is it noticeable?
Yeah.
Can you really see it?
I think so. I think
That
so.
shirt, that shirt looks baggy.
That shirt looks
Yeah.
baggy.
It's mainly in the facial neck area.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting, especially in another month or two, for you to look at it, or for us to do
Yeah.
that, but see.
Well, I put these jeans on, but these are the ones. These are the jeans that I was referring to.
That where it gets shrinking.
Yeah, that I bought. The other jeans that I was having a difficult time fitting into, at the end of the year. These are the ones I bought those jeans for, and now even these are baggy. And I've got a set of 38s at home I can put on, but they're just a touch too snug, a few more pounds.
Do you have the mic there? Do you need the mic there?
She's gonna-
You have the mic there. Okay. All right. And you're rolling, so
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I've actually been rolling for like a minute.
good. And I think the more conversation, the better, rather than kind of whatever. So
Yeah.
where are you right now?
Right now, I am. I had about 5 things hit in my head all at once. Let me start that again. Last Friday, I weighed myself. I was at 268.
Okay.
I was within 6 pounds of my goal. I don't weigh myself every day. I weigh myself every few days. I'm excited getting on the scale tomorrow. I'm anticipating being probably 266, 265. I'm reaching my goal and I'm excited about it. It's like right there. I can feel it. Now it's like, now I just want to add another 10 pounds to the goal, right? I want to just keep going. So,
How'd you get to the plateau?
well, the plateau was really a difficult time. We talked, did the video. For the next couple of weeks, I said I was taking a break, and I took a break. And I kind of reverted some old habits. I might have stopped and got ice cream a few times, just saying. I did put on a couple more pounds after we talked. The accountability meeting we had after that, I sat down with my partners. I was missing my goals. I was missing my exercise goals. I wasn't walking as much or as often as I said I was going to do. I wasn't losing the weight I said I was going to or wanted to lose. And they gave me some really good tips. One of which was to put a hash mark on the calendar every day that I made my caloric goal. And that one was very valuable. The other one was to put something on the calendar for training, to kind of give me some motivation. Sign up for a 5K. And I said, oh, okay, that's a good goal. And I wrote it down, and in the back of my mind, and I told my accountability partner this, our most recent meeting too. I said, in the back of my mind, I said, I'm never going to do that. I don't want to do a 5K. Well, the next thing I know, I find myself looking at the calendar, and I'm signing up for the Med Center 5K on the 13th of October. And I'm thinking, well, I can do this. I walk 4 miles, quite frequently. There's no reason I can't walk 3.1. And then I got another email saying there was another event coming up on Labor Day, which at the time was just, 3 or 4 days away. So I signed up and did the 2-mile walk on that. So I've done one event, and now I'm doing another, and now I'm in training. And in my mind, I'm in training. And I want to exercise. I want to work out. I've actually switched from just soul walking to jogging parts of it. And it's not something I wanted to do. It was something that my legs wanted to do. As I started walking, trying to go faster, I could feel them wanting to break into a run. So I call it jawalking, because I'm not really doing, one or the other. I'm doing both. So, and my workouts have improved. My times have improved. I've said I had a goal of 48 minutes was what I wanted to beat for the 5K when I originally signed up for it. And that was basically 16-minute miles, just a little under, because it's just a little over 3 miles. But I beat that goal. Then my next goal was 45 minutes, and I've beat that goal. And now I'm trying to come up with a new goal, because the most recent 5K that I did just this past weekend was 42 minutes and 6 seconds. So now I'm thinking 40 minutes. But in that time, one of my accountability group partners has signed up for the 5K, and he wants us to try to do it in 30 minutes, which is like a little scary, but it's like, okay, we'll try, right? So now I've got 2 weeks to keep training. But I love the fact that I'm exercising. I love how I feel when I'm done.
Nice.
So,
do you feel like that's an important part of getting you to the plateau?
yes, yeah. The caloric part was good, and it was helpful, right? Watching my calories, staying within the calorie limit really helped. I was getting a little slacking on that, and I needed to toughen that back up, and I did. the signing up for something and having something on the calendar gave me the motivation to train. And when I started training, and realizing, hey, I can train harder than what I am. I don't need to just go out and walk a 17 or 18 minute mile. I can do it in 16 minutes. And then all of a sudden I could do it in 15 minutes and 40 something seconds. And then it was 15 minutes and 30 something seconds a mile. And then it just kept getting faster and faster, you know. And now my fastest mile time so far is 12 something, you know, jogging, not all of it, but probably 2/3 of it off and on, you know. Walking, yeah. And it's just that really helped break it, right?
Is that, do you think that's a sustainable lifestyle change?
I think so. I find that sometimes in the afternoons I'm sitting in meetings and I feel my legs getting restless and I feel like, oh, I got to get out and I got to walk. I got to go do something. You know, I can't just keep sitting here. I feel like I want to keep doing it, and I like how I feel when I'm doing it. I guess I'm naturally competitive. You know, maybe for a lot of years it was more passive aggressive competitive, maybe more professionally competitive. But I compete against myself now, and it's like if I had one time, I feel like I have to beat it because I've already done that time. I have to keep getting better. So I know eventually there'll come a point where, you know, I can't, I need to maintain, but for right now, while I'm still losing weight and still, you know, way heavier than I want to be, I've got a long way to go. I still got a lot of motivation.
So you got the 5K coming up or the 10K?
No, 5K.
5K. The 5K coming up in a couple weeks.
Yes.
What's it gonna feel like to finish?
I'll probably be glad it's over. Because seriously, when I'm out there, I'm gonna be pushing myself to do all I can do. Because when I'm just doing normal exercising, I may say, okay, I'm gonna go 4 miles, or I'm gonna walk 5 miles, or something. And so I always save a little something just in case I want to go further. But if I'm running this 5K, I know I'm only going to go 3.1 miles, right? So I can give it what I've got. I want to finish the race and I want to be spent.
Gotcha. Sidebar reminds me of the Bannister thing when they came over and said his number. They said 3. So for you, it might be 30.
Yeah.
I'm taking a time of 30. And the crowd will go wild.
If it starts with a 3, I'll be super excited.
Very cool.
And you know, because it'll be great. Because there'll be a lot of people faster, which will give me a lot of motivation. And of course, my buddy's running with me, so he's going to be motivating me, and he runs way faster than I do. So it'll be good. It'll be a good time. So I'll be glad when it's over. But it'll be, and I'll be thinking, okay, I got to do something. I got to do something else. What's next? Maybe a turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning, right?
There you go.
I'm thinking I got to do something. I got to keep going, right? Maybe Survivor. You know.
Instant weight loss.
Yeah.
Start for
Maybe Survivor in
40 days.
2019. You know, maybe I'll be at my goal by then.
That's right. Cool. Good place to wrap.
For sure.
Great. You've hit your goal for the year.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Let me rephrase that question.
All of a sudden I drew a blank. I'm like, okay, sorry.
What was it like when you stepped on the scale and realized you hit your goal for this year?
It was disbelief. I looked at it and I thought, did I read that right? Did I really do it? And I couldn't believe it. And I think I stepped on the scale about 4 times that morning getting ready. And I kept looking down going, is this really real? Did I really do this? And I didn't really believe it. So I waited a day to make sure it was true. And then when I got on the scale again that next day and it was still right there, I was like, okay, it's true. And that's when I was like, yeah, I hit my goal. But it was just like, whoa, it took a while for it to really set in, you know?
Well, that's got to be
I still get goosebumps just kind of, I'm like, yeah, you know, it's like,
That's gotta
It's
be an
exciting.
incredibly awesome feeling of accomplishment.
yeah, it is. It is in one way. It's a huge feeling, huge relief. In another way, it's like, why did I wait so long to do this? How did I get here, right? Why did I ever get to the point where I had to do this? I needed to do this. But yeah, I feel, and maybe I needed to do it to appreciate what I've got now, right? But yeah, it's pretty exciting. Yeah.
So you accomplished your goal for this year, but that's part of the larger goal.
Yes.
So in reality, you're there for this year, but you're halfway home to the ultimate prize.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think the first 50 will be harder or the next 50?
I think the next 50 will be harder. And the reason I say that is, as I've gotten down and I'm exercising, and I feel good, my weight isn't dropping. It's not just pouring off like I was thinking it would.
Kind of low-hanging fruits, but
Yeah, and it seems like it's harder, but at the same time, I feel myself getting smaller. I feel myself wanting to go even into a size smaller jeans. You know, the 2X t-shirts fit me very comfortably now. I can almost get into the 1X, you know, rather than looking like a beached whale wrapped in cellophane. But I feel myself getting smaller, but yet the weight's not showing yet. But I'm not giving up. I'm just going to keep going with it. So,
do you think, and I guess that's part of the strategy, is it a different strategy from here, from pound 51 to 100?
I think so. I think it's going to involve, well, I know it's going to involve a lot more planning and dedication with meals and what I'm eating. I've changed a lot of bad habits, but you know, there's certain things I need to lay off of, like sodium. You know, trying to go that route, trying to reduce fats and sugars in my diet. And I find that I enjoy eating healthier, though. You know, the foods I crave now are different than the foods I craved a year ago. A year ago, I wanted chocolate and cake and candy bars and M&Ms and Reese's peanut butter cups, well, anything with peanut butter in it, you know. And now I'm like, oh, an apple sounds good. Or, you know, fresh fruit, oh, that sounds great. Oh, a salad, you know. I never found it like that.
How much of that do you think is physical and how much do you think is mental?
I don't know, because as I was training for the 5K in October, and I was doing a lot of walking and jogging and just a lot of prep and really watching, you know, trying to get better and faster. The more I worked out, the more I found that I craved certain foods differently. Right? I craved meat, chicken. I really wanted to eat chicken. I still want to eat chicken. Vegetables. You know, all of a sudden I'm wanting vegetables and salads and stuff. And I never really had that before. So I think a lot of it's physical. I think it's my body saying, hey, we need this. We need these nutrients. We need this protein, something. So.
And have you sought out professional help as far as the eating habits and the nutritional side of it?
Yes. Yeah. I started seeing a dietitian who's given me some pointers on diet, and that's helped quite a bit. And that's where I'm kind of looking at, it wasn't so much the calorie count. The calorie count made a big difference early on. Just reducing the number of calories I ate every day really made a big difference. But now I've reached a point where it's not so much just the calorie count, it's the actual how much fat, how much sugar, how much salt am I looking at. I think that's going to help. The one thing that really helped me was my accountability group in our August meeting, when one of my brothers, Sean, said, you know, maybe you should put an event on the calendar, sign up for a 5K or something, because you're doing that anyways. When you walk, you're walking 3 or 4 miles, you can do a 5K. You know, it's only 3.1 miles. And when he did that, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to do that. You know, I kind of nodded to be polite, thought, you know, and then I found myself a couple days later signing up for some of this stuff. But then when I had it on the calendar, it was like I wanted to do well with it. So I trained and I was trying, and that's what really made the big difference. I found that, you know, even now I signed up for a couple events in early 2019 and I'm looking forward to them. I mean, that's never ever been on my radar ever before. I've never wanted to do anything like that. And now I was like, yeah, because it feels so good when you've done it and you've accomplished it. So it's exciting. Plus it really helps motivate, you know, helps keep the motivation level high.
And it's gotta be helpful to have something somewhat near term, rather than looking out a year, but having something in 30 days to work towards.
Yes. Yeah. As the weather's dropped off, especially this time of year, as it's gotten cooler and it's gotten darker earlier, I'm not a big fan of getting up and working out early. I want to work out after work. I want to work out in the evening. That's when I really enjoy it, kind of like a stress relief. It's very difficult, and having something on the near term and a couple of events in January will not only help keep me motivated, you know, while the weather is in this state, but also help me make it through the holidays without just totally going backwards. Because I think I'm still fragile enough that I could go backwards if I wasn't careful, and I don't want to do that. I've worked too hard to get here. I'm not going back. I never want to go back. I feel too good.
Good for you. Let's wrap there. I like that last point, because I'm sure